Now, before we get started, I want to say this. Hey, Dennis, I don't want no smoke, bro. I'm just doing a response video to you and Neferkare's beef.
This video is for informational and commentary purposes only. All statements made in this video are based on publicly available information and my personal response to a legal matter in which I am a defendant. Any quotes or references to any legal documents are taken directly from the public court filings and are used solely to inform my audience about the nature of the case. I respect the legal process and reserve my full legal rights to defend myself accordingly.
What's going on, America and the rest of the world? Xander J. Hobson here, comedian, director and producer of boxing documentaries and troll. To those who need trolling, this is another episode of The Devil's Advocate, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. Folks, do me a favor, because I'm trying to grow the platform. Subscribe, like this video, share it, and by all means, leave a comment in the comment section, because I enjoy checking out the feedback from these videos that I make, as well as exchanging opinions and points of views with you all.
I am currently on vacation, and it's been brought to my attention that a fellow YouTuber has ran to the authorities and sued me for $250,000. His name rhymes with Lennis Jerling. If you remember, this individual made a video about his desire to sue African nations for selling his ancestors into slavery. Of course, I responded to his video and debunked his position and embarrassed him with finesse and historical accuracy. Now, because my video was so powerful and my position could not be debunked, he has decided to run to the authorities to sue me for emotional distress and defamation of character. It's funny how individuals preach about quote-unquote black male leadership until they get intellectually challenged by one. Then suddenly it's lawsuit season. Y'all be careful out here. Some of these quote-unquote red pill alpha males turn into plaintiffs in the courtroom real quick.
So anyway, folks, I was scrolling through YouTube and I happened to find my man Neferkare's channel. I can't pronounce his whole name, man. It's too difficult. But I see that Dennis Spurling is suing him.
I'm gonna, share some of the, information that was, shared in the lawsuit. The reason why he's suing me for $250,000, right? He said that, and I quote, "These videos contain false and defamatory statements presented as fact, including labeling the plaintiff, Dennis Spurling, as a failed lawyer, a weed carrier for the late Kevin Samuels, a sloppy and disheveled dude, a coward in a cheap suit, a secretary and a charlatan, a fake revolutionary, and a clout chaser trying to get AdSense money."
Now, I don't know much about Dennis Spurling. I know that he was a Kevin Samuels affiliate, and he pretty much picked up the ball after Kevin Samuels died. So before doing this video, I scrolled through Dennis's channel, and he had some content that I could rock with. Now, I've been rocking with Neferkare for a minute now. I think he's a talented young man. He's very informative.
Now, in my video, I basically was saying to Dennis Spurling that you're trying to convince the United States government to sabotage their own strategic interests.
As you heard in my opening statement, we need to be putting more resources in AFRICOM to combat what China and Russia and Iran are doing, rather than looking at taking away attention and resources.
Now, as I've said in previous testimony, Africa remains a nexus theater from which the United States cannot afford to shift its gaze. Africa is a nexus theater for the great power competition, and then
Africa's strategic importance has only grown, with transnational terrorism on the rise, as well as China and Russia working to undermine our interest on the continent.
That translation, that means that Africa is the most important battlefield for economic, military, and political influence on the planet currently right now. Just last year, they already lost that $100 million drone base in Niger when they got kicked out by the military government in Niger. So you mean to tell me you want the United States to sabotage their own position on the African continent because of a lawsuit that you're going to convince Donald Trump to wage against West African governments that did not even exist during the days of the slave trade?
Nowadays, a lot of people get on YouTube and beef. And the main reason why people get on YouTube and beef is because the person that they're beefing with can't reach out and touch them. Not too long ago, a husband and wife got killed. Why? Because the husband was beefing with another YouTuber. And not only was he beefing with him, This genius decided to go on vacation in the town with the guy that he was beefing with. And the guy walked up on him and shot and killed both of them. Hey, listen, that was horrible. But my point is, you have to be careful out here in these YouTube streets because you don't know who you're beefing with. You know, you see people online and you feel like you know them, or you might start disliking this person for whatever the reason. Maybe it's because you disagree with the position that they've taken. Hey, listen, you got to be respectful at all times. And it seems as though Neferkare has gotten on the wrong side of Dennis Spurling. Now, I'm going to say this to Neferkare. I just had to hire a lawyer not too long ago, and it was pretty costly. And I don't know what the lawsuit entails between you and Dennis, but it's my understanding that he's suing you for $250,000. Now, personally, I don't think that Dennis is out to get $250,000 from you, young man. But you know what? Dennis is out to make you spend money. It's just like this thing with the Puff Daddy trial. They're making him spend money. And Puff Daddy's going to end up broke. And guess what? Fighting with Dennis Spurling, young man, it might cost you some money. It might not make you go broke. But guess what? If you have to spend $1, that's $1 too much just because you had a disagreement with someone online. Tasha K got sued by Cardi B. Why? Because Tasha K was online talking slick and greasy about Cardi B. And as a result of that, she got a multi-million-dollar judgment against Tasha K. And now, young fella, you found yourself in the crosshairs of Dennis Spurling. And let me tell you something about Dennis Spurling. I don't know him from a can of paint. He's an attorney. And that means that he has friends that's attorneys. And guess what? Dennis could pick up the phone and call somebody and say, hey, man, do me a favor, man. I got this guy giving me a hard time. You mind suing him for me? And guess what? Dennis just might got to take the guy to dinner or buying drinks at the bar. But guess what? That phone call Dennis made, it might cost you $5,000, young man. So, you know, this is what I was thinking about. I don't want to drag this video out because it's not a lot to talk about. But the main thing is, I'm keeping it 100. I don't want to get on the wrong side of Dennis because I don't want him suing me. Neferkare, I rocks with you, man. You got a lot of good content. You make a lot of good, solid points. So I hope that you and Dennis can resolve this thing with the minimum amount of damage. Maybe you might want to apologize to him. Seek some legal advice, young fella, and try to take the most cost-efficient way out of this because, believe me, it's not going to cause Dennis, and it's not going to cause Dennis anything to sue you, but it will cause you a lot of money to defend yourself against Dennis. So, you know, this is what I was thinking about, and now that I thought about it and shared it with you all, hey man, I'm done with it. Bam!